Okay, so in this video, I am going to be talking about virtual bridal showers, everything that goes into it, step by step, how we plan mine, and yeah. So just a little bit of a background on my bridal shower. In the middle of March is when we were quarantined in New York State, and my bridal shower was scheduled for the middle of April. So I had about a month total to really make a decision and plan and execute that plan to be a virtual bridal shower. It was a little hectic, just given everything that does go into it, but I had so much help from my mom, future mother-in-law, future sister-in-law, bridesmaids, like so much help. So yes, just putting that out there. So if you are planning a virtual bridal shower, I would first recommend to decide what platform you're going to be using. There are various platforms to use. Just keep in mind the amount of people that will be at your event, because that might steer you in the right direction to what platform is best for you. So we ended up using Zoom for my bridal shower just because it was what we were most familiar with and we already had accounts. So that's just why we ended up going with Zoom. So after you decide what platform you're going to be using, I would next recommend to figure out the best way for you to tell your guests that you have decided to go in the direction of a virtual shower. This can be done in a few different ways, but first, obviously, if you did not already send out your invitations in the mail, your original invitations, you can adjust them accordingly to say virtual shower and have any additional information on there about the shower in the virtual meeting. But in my case, and I'm sure like a few other people, before quarantine, I had already sent out my paper invitations, and I now needed to find a new way to let everyone know that I was going virtual. So what I did was I created a Facebook event page that I re-invited everybody to. And I'll go over what I did for that in a second. But some other options might be just a simple public Facebook post, obviously a text, or an e-bite if you have their emails. So those are a few different ones. I'm sure there's more. And then, of course, you could resend out another paper invitation in the mail, just adjusting your information. So let me talk about what I did for my Facebook event really quick. After I had already invited everyone to the Facebook event, I wanted to just share some information, and instead of doing a really long text form of what's changing, what they should be expecting, and so on, I decided to do a quick video, just me talking about the changes that we decided to go virtual, what they should be expecting. For example, like we sent a package in the mail from them that had a lot of stuff for the shower, and then just what's going to be included on this page, let them know that the meeting information is going to be shared on this page down the road. And it was just a really great way for us to continue to communicate prior to the event. So I would definitely recommend doing that, but again, to each their own. Just I think that worked really well for me. So the next step in planning is really I like to break things down into steps and tasks. So in order to get everything done in the best way possible, I broke it down into 6 tasks. I won't say simple tasks, but 6 tasks to get everything done. And this is exactly what I did. So in our case, what we did was we broke everything down. Well, I'm breaking it down now, but this was really the order that we did everything when we were planning for the shower. So first, we decided on decorations. Second, we decided on the party favor for the guests. Third, we decided on what games to play at the shower. Number 4 was deciding on the prizes for the guests. 5 was determining how we would go about opening the gifts. And 6 was making a schedule for that day. So I'm going to break those 6 steps down into a little bit more detail here. First, I'm going to be talking about decorations. So for us, we really wanted to send out decorations that guests could hang up on the wall behind them. and it just allowed for the whole view of the shower to be a little bit more festive. And I recommend doing this step first because it does take a little bit to get the decorations in the mail, and then you need to package them and then ship them out to your guests. So just plan for that time. And also just plan for this to be one of your higher costs because you are sending a good amount of items to a good amount of people in the mail, which is also why my next recommendation is to keep items at a very low weight and small size as possible. Here is an image of what we decided to do for decorations for my shower and what it ended up looking like. I was really pleased with the results, and yeah, so some small little items might include a balloon, paper fans, straws, etc. Again, small, lightweight. But also, I would recommend, if you have it in the budget and are able to do it, give yourself those little pleasures of, if you wanted a balloon arc at your in-person shower, give yourself the balloon arc at your house. That was, I mean, specifically to me, I really wanted one of those at the in-person shower, and my mom helped me do it the day before our shower. We blew up all the balloons and set it up, and I think it really helped to make the whole space seem a lot more festive, and it made for really good photos just for everyone that was at my house. So recommend doing that. The next piece of information is determining the party favors. When determining the party favors, really, again, think about the size and the weight of the item because this will be in that package as well that you'll need to ship out. So what we decided to do was koozies. They are very lightweight. They're normally made of foam, but also it allowed us to personalize it for our event, and then also guests got to use it during the event with their drinks, so that was just an added bonus. Okay, number 3. So obviously everyone knows that it does take planning when it comes to games at a bridal shower, but it is just a little different when it comes to a virtual shower because the whole scenery is different. You're not around people to do a lot of those, the games that are made for the environment of a bridal shower. So I would really think about the games that you're going to be playing, and before you make the decision to play those games, think about how they're going to be ran on that day and really structure that out just so it's not such a gamble. I mean, we played bingo, and that was probably one of the hardest games to play, but it still ended up working out really well. So just make sure that you're planning for that. The games that we ended up playing, we just got off Etsy. It was just a simple template. There's a ton on Etsy that you can get. Printed it on cardstock and put it in an envelope, and my mom printed on the envelope that just said, "Do not open until," and then it had the date of our shower. Yeah, it was just a cute way for guests to know to not open up the envelope until that day, and yeah, it was just cute. So the games that we ended up playing is the over-under game, Disney Love Songs, bingo, what did the groom say, and the shoe game. I think they all went great, and I would definitely recommend all of them.
Who is the bigger sports fan?
Well, what is cheerleading is a sport, so.
Yes. Oh! Good answer, Mitch. Good answer. So the answer is her.
Okay, so I don't want to forget to mention that my mom found this awesome color wheel that I'll also link below that we used as our almost like a gimmicky prize. Basically, you go to the color wheel, you put in everyone that is attending your shower's name, and you click the wheel, it spins, it lands on someone's name, and then that's the person who wins the prize. And for us, we did gift cards because it was just a great way to send out a small item, but still a pretty good prize. Talking about prizes, I'm going to go into the 4th item, which is determining what prizes to get your guests. So what we did instead of baskets was prizes like bath salts and beauty products, neck wraps, candles, just things that we knew that we could ship easily. So it's important to keep that in mind. Keep track of how many winners you have per game while you're going through your shower. And also really plan out your prizes, like know how many winners you want to have per game so that you have enough prizes. It's always better to have too many prizes than not enough prizes. And I mean, you could always, the nice thing about a virtual shower is that if you did not have enough prizes, you could go out and get something after the shower is over and send it to that person if you did not have enough, but always more the better. Okay, so number 5 was something that I sort of stressed out a little bit, was how I was going to open gifts during the shower. You don't want to sit there for 10 or 15 minutes or more and open boxes with a box cutter and wrapping paper and stuffing everywhere on a video call. It's just boring, and I mean, I feel like I'm an awkward person and I would definitely not like doing that. So for me, I came up with a great way to sort of switch things up and do a slideshow. And it was a way that I could still thank everybody that got us these generous gifts, but not spend so much time opening the boxes. Basically, the slideshow just shared an image of the gift and then along with who the gift giver was, and then we were able to thank them individually throughout the bridal shower. So in order to make this slideshow, you first obviously need to know what you're receiving from your guests. And for us, I didn't want to have to open every single box because we're going to be moving in like a year and I want to keep everything clean and fresh and new for a house. So this is just another reason why I highly recommend using Zola. But anyways, in terms of the slideshow, I highly recommend Zola because in terms of my registry, I was able to just log in, click download spreadsheet, and it gave me a full spreadsheet of every item that each guest got us. So all I had to do was download the image of the item, plop it into a template on PowerPoint, and it was done. So highly recommend Zola for that if you do plan on going this route for opening your gifts. Okay, so finally, number 6 is to make a schedule. This was just something for me. I enjoy schedules and planning and making sure that you are well prepared for the event and everything sort of goes smoothly. So you don't have to do number 6 if you don't want to, but I'm still going to talk about it. And as I said earlier, I do have the schedule that I used attached, linked below. If you would like to use it, Google has a ton of templates that you can use, but this is just the one I used, and it has everything I literally did from the very moment that it started till the very end. This is obviously personalized to me, so you go ahead and change it however you want. I just wanted to sort of share what we did, and maybe the timelines can help you because we did stick to it pretty well. Okay, so basically what I did was I made a very generic schedule that I shared with my guests. And the nice thing about Facebook events is that you can add a schedule in there, in like the information box where I like put a little blurb of information about the event. There's also like a schedule box that you can put in and fill in like time slots. It wasn't down to the minute, it was almost down to like 15-minute blocks, I think, with the one I shared with guests. And then the one that I shared with my bridal shower was more broken down per game, when we're introducing games, when we're going over games, when we're going over gifts, when we're going over prizes and things like that. You don't want to share that with your guests because it might stress them out and it's supposed to be fun, so highly recommend just sharing that with your bridal party. The reason I recommend the schedule is because it was a great way to prep each game and knowing how much time you wanted to spend on each game, introducing it and going over it. One thing to note when planning your event, and you'll see on my schedule, is to allot a generous amount of time in the very beginning to allow for any mishaps, any connection issues. It's just bound to happen with how many people are on the call. So what I did to sort of like accommodate for this time and not have it be like hectic or awkward or anything like that, I created this video of me and my fiance, and it's like, it was roughly 8 minutes long, so I played it like 5 minutes into people joining when it was still a little iffy and people were figuring out their microphones and their videos. So It's an 8-minute video of photos of me and my fiance, and then broken up in between the photos, there were little videos that my guest had sent in that was just blessings, well wishes to us as a couple, and it was just a really cute way to sort of introduce the event and start things off for the day, but it also, covered up that time. So highly recommend that. If you would like to get those videos from your guests, I would just recommend getting that like at least 2 weeks prior to the event, just to allow time to make the video and give them time to make it too. So, and another quick thing to note, if you look at my schedule, we did have a surprise guest, and it wasn't like a celebrity or anything, but it was a cute way to sort of break up the shower. And my mom had the idea to have her cousin, who is a virtual sommelier. I think I'm saying that right. It's like a wine connoisseur, I think. But basically, so he came on and he spoke about different wines, facts, a lot of things that I did not know, but it just made it really fun.
But you know what? There's another way you can open up a bottle of sparkling wine, and that's with a big saber. So I was hoping I could saber the bottle in celebration. We can all raise a glass. How does that sound? Yeah. All right. Seventh time's the charm.
Thank you.
That just sabered the top right off.
Congratulations.
So I definitely recommend doing that if you have a friend or a family member that can pop in or already is on the call and can just share that, share fun facts like that with your guests. Okay, so I think that that's everything. If I didn't maybe explain something well, or you still have questions about something, just put it in the comments below, and I would be happy to clear things up on how I went about doing things. I'd also love to hear how you plan to do things or did things for your virtual shower. This could be a great place for brides to just hear what's out there and base their decision on what's been done. I just think hearing what other people do during this time, because it's so new, is really, really helpful.